I have another creepy story for you. This one is not paranormal, which I personally think makes it scarier. So this woman who makes wigs for a living, she messages me this big long story of how this guy was trying to bring his girlfriend in, have her head shaved and sell her hair. And the wig maker, she's like, no. She doesn't have to have her head shaved. That doesn't have to happen. Like, if she wants to sell her hair, we can just cut it. We can do a nice little bob or something. And the guy's like, no. We want it buzz cut. Lady, the wig maker, she's trying to be understanding of the situation because he is telling her that they are in financial difficulty. They need this money. They need it pronto. And they're probably thinking the more she has cut, the more money they get. I don't know. She doesn't know. And so she's like, okay, fine. There's one problem. She can't provide those services for a little bit longer than the people would like. They want it now. They want it done yesterday. And so because she wants to help them out, she wants them to get this money as quick as possible. She actually ends up recommending another person to do the cut because she's like, I just can't provide these services, I'm busy. And the person that she recommends, she doesn't actually know this woman, she's just found her details online, and so she passes them across to this guy who seems very desperate. Now, I don't know why, but the conversation between the wig maker and the guy, it carries on. And in the end, even though he's not intending to bring his girlfriend to get her hair shaved by this lady, he does say, I've got other women that I want to bring that are also struggling financially that I think would shave their heads to get money. When this guy starts to offer up other women, she starts to be like, something is definitely wrong here. And not only does he offer up these random other women, like where are they coming from, he also tells her that he wants a private room. He won't have the haircut done in a full salon. He wants it to be anonymous, in a side room, maybe not even in a hairdresser's. So now all sorts of alarms are starting to ring in this woman's head, and she's thinking, I have actually given this weirdo some other girl's details as well. So if he's messaging her, he could potentially be trying to meet her in private as well. So she then contacts this other woman who she doesn't know, and she says, do not go and meet this guy alone. If that's what he requests, stop, abort mission. The wig maker reaches out to the hairstylist whose contact details she had passed along to this weirdo. The hairstylist doesn't want to speak to the wig maker because she is thinking that this hairstylist is also a weirdo who is potentially also trying to set her up to meet alone in a private room. From her point of view, why on earth would this woman pass along very good business to someone she doesn't even know? After a while, the hairstylist does actually open up to the wig maker and she says, yes, this guy has been weird with me too. Not only is he trying to meet me alone, very specific, but he's also telling me that he wants to bring me lots of women to have their head shaved. So the two of them together, they do a little bit of digging and they start to look at the emails that they've been sent and the email address, and they Google the guy. And guess what? He turns out to be a top London solicitor. So at this point, the two women, they are actually thinking that maybe this weirdo, he has stolen this top solicitor's identity. So they do something a little bit crazy. They call the law firm. They call them and they say, hi, does this guy work there? They say, yeah, we'll put you through to him. And when this guy answers the phone, they say, just making sure this is you trying to sell us hair from several different women. And he says, yes, it is me. I am trying to sell hair. So that seems strange. It seems strange that a top lawyer in London who earns over 200k a year doesn't really seem like somebody who would be so hard up they would need to shave their girlfriend's head to make a quick £1,000. Not only that, the pictures that James sent of his girlfriend, long blonde hair, that's definitely not his wife. His wife was born in the 50s. She's not on social media, but she was born in the 50s. And that little blonde girl, she certainly wasn't born in the 50s. So now they're like, oh my God, okay, we were thinking it's identity theft, but it's not. The problem is that the wig maker, she's called his office. So now what does she say? She was going to say, someone's stolen your identity, but now she can't because it is in fact him. And so now he's getting annoyed at her because he's like, why are you ringing me at my work? And so she, thinking on her toes, she says, oh, I just needed to verify. This is what I do. This is the verification process, because normally she would buy from a vendor, but this time she's going direct, so she has to verify. That's the excuse she makes. Very good, very good. Anyway, they take their concerns back to the police, and the police say, well, to be honest with you, he's actually not done anything yet. Could just be a king, and if that's the case, technically, he can be into whatever he wants. Who are these other women? Why would they be so desperate to sell their hair? This man also said that he had long brown hair, and he certainly does not. I've seen a picture of him. He has short white hair. After the girls call his work, he obviously starts to get really scared, and he's like, I need anonymity. I don't want anybody knowing my business. She's now scared. She's now scared because she's called this guy's work to apparently verify where the hair's coming from. She don't have to do that, but of course she wanted to do that. So then the two girls, the two hairstylists who don't know each other, they are actually just strangers. They are like forced to like investigate this guy basically alone and like dig on him. And eventually they find out that he's in freight, yes. And I spoke to one of my lawyer friends and she said that sometimes solicitors, they can like open companies. They're not supposed to, but they do, or it's not good practice, but they open like companies on companies' house for their clients, and maybe that's why he's in freight. But if he's not and he is just in freight, it's very strange. I also found that his real name is not the real name that he says it is, but maybe that's just a posh person thing. He's got a very posh middle name, and maybe he's just, I don't know. Anyway, so the two girls that were strangers, the hairstylists, they actually find out that they have loads in common. They're like the same age, they live within half an hour of each other, and they now are opening up their own business together. They've become best friends, soulmates, you might say, besties for life, all because this weirdo, maybe, who knows what his plan was, or who knows what he was doing. But keep an eye out, because these people that are like in positions of power, supposed to be out here being like decent people, living on the straight and narrow, they're the ones you want to watch for. And I know we shouldn't judge a book by its cover, but listen, I googled this guy. Scary looking.